But he's laughing at me. Tell him why you laughed at me.
Well, first of all, I said, you're going to be late. What are you doing? He goes, well, I got a match. I go, dude, you doing jiu-jitsu now? He said, no, something a little less manly. I have a tennis match, but I'm really good.
Dude, I'm with you. When I met him, he's like, I play tennis. Well, not professionally.
Wait a minute, I never said it to either one of you guys.
Yeah,
I'm proud of my tennis game.
Obviously.
That's some real masculine game he's got going.
Hey. It's not bad, no big deal. I get it. Tennis is fun.
Hey, he rushes the net sometimes.
I see him rush the nest on Venus or something.
So stopped out there Saturday. I got to tell you, Dallas, your new performance. By the way, where's Jake at? Did he oversleep or what?
No, Jake got in really, really late. So I'll get him in here to see you sometime during the week. But he's working the road like more than ever right now because he's doing his comedy act. He's the
one-man show.
Yeah, the one-man show thing, and he does really well. But he's got his other hip that I helped him rehab everything back. He's doing amazing. But then it's 59, going to be 60. Oh, he has 60 now. He had to hit a few more DDTs, and that other hip was about to go at any point. Now it's time. It's time for another new hip. So
we had him on the phone last week. He was talking, all about what you've done for him and other people. And then I know Bailey took a tour of your location, this brand new location in Smyrna, and Jason came in. He's been raving about it off air.
It's a little bit on air.
And a little on it. Well, on air too, but I'm just constant.
It's fantastic. Before we get to the performance center that you put together in Smyrna, I saw the resurrection of Jake Roberts, the movie. You guys sent me a special link because I don't think it comes out until Friday.
Actually, Friday will be here at the Landmark downtown, and it's that little independent theater. It's going to be there for a whole week, but on the 21st and the 22nd. It starts on the 18th. The 21st and 22nd, Jake, myself, and Razor Ramon, the bad guy, Scott Hall, will also be down. We'll be doing a Q&A on the 21st and the 22nd. Doing a Q&A down there, and then we'll do a meet and greet, pictures and T-shirts and all that stuff for the people who want to stick around for that. But all information is at jakethesnakemovie.com.
Let me tell you about the movie and why I liked it and why you listening will like it too. So I think most of you are familiar with Dallas's DDP Yoga and how it's great and fantastic and the fitness aspect of it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it just in case you're not in the know. But there's so many different variables that go into this movie in one man's life. You don't have to be a diehard wrestling fan to appreciate this story. This story, which is told in this movie very, very well, starts out with a guy that had it all. A guy that got caught up in the life. A guy that lost everything and hit rock bottom to the point where he wanted to take his own life. A friend, Dallas, steps in, flies out to God knows where in Texas, drives to God knows where in Texas, finds a beaten man. I mean, when I say beaten, Jake couldn't even stand on his own. His guts hanging out, his wife beat her. He just didn't have a care in the world. Dallas, you take him, and the rest is history. And this movie tells the entire story.
Well, Jake helped me early on in my career. Like, I didn't start wrestling until I was 35 years old. My career took off when I was 40. That was in 96. Wrestling was just owned cable television at the time. In 97 and 98, I was on top of the world, living the dream. I ended up becoming a 3-time world champion. Now, I always say, without Dusty Rhodes, the American dream, there is no Diamond Dallas Page. He gave me every break I ever got in the business that meant anything. But I never become a 3-time world champion. I never become a main event guy without Jake's knowledge, and he helped me out years, and he'd critique my matches. He lived with me for a while, back when I first got here 20-some years ago, until he lost the 12-foot-long black cobra in my house. And then my then wife at the time was like, he's got to go.
Yeah, that would freak me out, man. Like, there's a loose snake in the house. It's 12 foot long.
Oh, my God. She was freaking. But bottom line is that he helped me. And after he even left my house, I bring my tapes over his house and show him my matches, and he critiqued me and helped me. And then, everything hit really hard when Beyond the Mat came out, where they've got him smoking crack, and he's just whacked out, and he's on that missile heading towards, wherever.
Did he not know what the footage was going to be?
I don't know what he knew, but I think he trusted the guy, thinking he wouldn't put that in, but he's got a camera on the whole time. And I don't know if Jake even remembers, but when that movie came out, it was so embarrassing.
For the snake.
Yeah, right. For
wrestling too.
And Jake.
For everybody, and bottom line is an addict.
Yeah.
And we all know people who have addiction problems, and shame is a big word. Like, that's the whole word completely. That he was so ashamed, man. He just went deeper into the hole, and he was banned from the WWE for probably about 16 years. And so was Scott Hall. They wouldn't do any business with him because they couldn't rely on him, and there was too much, too much bad example out there. And for me, Jake Roberts was a guy who helped me become the best I could be, and I did not want to see a guy who could be considered top 5 of all time. If you really look at it, he really could. Jake Snake Roberts could be in the top 5, easily the top 10 of all time.
Sure.
And I did not want to see my mentor and friend, walk away from our business, and that was going to be his legacy. So I went down to do that. We chronologized everything, and you said the story that was told. Steve Yu, right here in Atlanta, Smyrna, Georgia.
Great dude.
Great guy, and an amazing director and editor. Because to put something, we filmed over 500 hours, and to make 90 minutes and 93 minutes, and to have you feel that you went on a ride that was just unbelievable, and left people like just at the end of the movie. I mean, you laugh, you tell me you shed a tear.
Oh no, it was fantastic. It was really, and that's outside of. I mean, I look at it in different ways. I look at it as a wrestling fan. I look at it as a friend, and I look at it from an outsider because doing this job, I've got to be able to sell it to the guy that doesn't care about wrestling,
right?
And say, why is that important to that guy listening to our show? And it's a story of falling to the bottom, having a friend reach out, taking personal responsibility for all of your demons, and fighting back with an end game, which was to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. You guys had a plan, and you accomplished that plan. We got to take a quick one. We'll come back more with DDP. We're going to talk about the Performance Center, the DDP Yoga Performance Center that is open there in Smyrna. Awesome place. Not just, we were talking about this earlier, it's not just a place to go and do DDP yoga. It's a freaking soundstage. It's really, really, really cool.
Do some concerts there.
You could. Yeah, no, you really could.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
All right, so we'll talk more DDP here in just a second. It's Rock 100.5. I'm looking at DDPYogaPC.com, which would stand for DDP Yoga Performance Center, I'm guessing. Correct, Dallas?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that deep voice.
So this new performance center is in Smyrna, and it's fantastic. It's more than what anybody could possibly think it is. The decor, first and foremost, is, dude, let me tell you, Steve.
Was it leather?
It's
bright colors. Is anything diamond tucked?
I can't explain. I mean, he's got a 600-pound
door.
The door.
The door weighs 600 pounds?
The sliding.
It's a farmhouse door. The ones that slide?
Is that to keep out special forces?
Well, I tell you what, they probably could shoot a missile into that and it wouldn't get through.
That's awesome. I'm safe there.
It is. The decor is so cool. Like, right. I mean, I know it's not a big of a deal probably to you if you want to go out there. So once you get through the 600-pound sliding farmhouse door.
Then what?
It looks like you are in like an old castle. Like everything is brick because that's DDP Yoga. It's brick. Everything's brick and stuff.
It's got that kind of urban city kind of.
You walk down the hallway.
Okay.
And then you get to where you do DDP yoga. And it's not only a large area, but it looks like a soundstage because it is.
It is. I built this. Before I even get into this, I got to say, I moved to Smyrna from L.A. after about 10 years in L.A. I hated it there. I needed real people, a real place to live again.
Not the fake life.
Oh, God, So I looked all over Atlanta, and I settled in Smyrna. And while I was there, I got to know the mayor, Max Bacon. bacon. They call him the Baconator. This guy's been the mayor for 30 years. Awesome. And as I got to know him, I realized why. Because the people love him because of all the politicians. I've met a bunch of them. This guy ain't a politician. He just happened to be a mayor for 30 years, but he's not a politician. He's a real guy. And when I saw what he was doing for the city and what his plans were, like he's got Google coming in for the whole city. There's only a handful of cities that got Google, that they're going to take over the whole internet deal thing.
Mm-hmm. That fiber thing?
Yeah, and make it 10 times better,
right.
And he made that happen. And I said, man, the way this guy operates, I want to put my business here. And this building I built there, I call it the house that Shark Tank built because, we didn't get the deal on Shark Tank, but I didn't go there for the deal.
No, you went there to let the world see it, what you're up to. And we saw it.
Yeah. And when we did $1 million in sales in 6 days.
After being on Shark Tank.
That's the Shark Tank
huge,
effect.
Man.
The place, when it's all said and done, I've got about 2.4 million in this place. I don't owe anything.
Oh, wow.
It's the house that Shark Tank built.
Thank you, Mr. Wonderful.
Good God.
So I wasn't going to spare any expense because this is the DDP Yoga, corporate headquarters, along with, as Jason was saying, production studios. Like, we're not just filming our workouts and stuff. We've got a whole kitchen for cooking shows that is, how high end is it, bro?
It's Sub-Zero. It's the
Wolf stoving.
The stoving, it moves back, and there's a big green screen on the back wall, like Stone Cold. Steve Austin was just there for a couple days doing his podcast at DDP's Performance Center in Smyrna. I mean, it's so impressive, and there's props everywhere. So it's like, if you go to ddpyogapc.com, you'll see pictures. I posted some pictures over the weekend, but it's really, I don't think I'm overselling it. It was just so impressive. And I'm not just saying that because you're a friend, but it's really, really impressive. If you go and do the DDP Yoga, which done numerous times, it not only works, it's good. But
and how about your son? How about your son?
Caleb's got the thing, he's got Dallas on his wall, the poster. He goes in and he does, and it's like, hawk it up, that kind of thing.
I'll give you the diamond cutter.
Warrior stance, so he does all that stuff. So it's great. And some of the success stories, we're talking about Jake the Snake Roberts, one of them.
Scott Hall,
who I growing up, he was my guy. Razor Ramon was my guy.
I want to get him in here before the movie because I already talked to him yesterday, so we're going to get him in and back Jake in here too.
It's a lifestyle thing that you're doing. So let's put the wrestling stuff aside, guys. This is like a total life changer. Dallas isn't going to be your therapist, but it is a life changer that you've done not only for these guys, but just non-celebrity dudes too.
I had a guy. We were at Slam Dance, and this movie that I'm doing with Jake, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake, and anybody who wants to find out, times or get on to see it starts airing 18th of this week, and then it goes for a week. You support it; it's going to stick around. But Jake, myself, and Scott will all be down there on the 21st and the 22nd after the film, and we'll be doing a Q&A, and then we'll have meet and greet and stuff. But go to JakeTheSnakeMovie.com, and as far as the Performance Center is concerned, everything's up on DDPYogaPC.com. You can register for a class. You can see some of the deals.
We had some people just stop in the other day that wanted to meet you. Came in, they were signing up, just some fans.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're going to get.
We weren't open then.
Yeah. You're going to get both fans and everything. And I know people that have done it. And I was in Mexico and I ran into his daughter because
Brittany. You ran into Brittany, right?
Yeah, ran into Brittany. And I'm like, good God, Brittany, I'm sorry I stared, but I'm like, I said, was it? It must be the other woman that made her look so hot. You're a beautiful man, but Brittany's beautiful. But I'm sitting there talking to her, and she said that she's doing DDP Yoga at all the resorts. That in Mexico, these people at resorts, they're coming in and demonstrating what you can do with the yoga. And like you said, it's a lifestyle. It's not just the moves, but it's incredible how you can make somebody limber enough in their 60s to put their foot over their head. And it's the diet. It's all about the diet, and I think that's why you have the kitchen there, because it really isn't it 70% diet, 30% workout?
Well, here's how I really say it. I say the workout and the eating is 10% of the equation, and 90% is your mindset.
Your mindset.
You know,
All right.
it's what you really, because you got to make the decision
To do
You
it.
Make a conscious decision to eat real food, and most people don't even know what real food is anymore. And if you look in the last, I got to throw this out there.
Yell at
The
me for
last
this
20,
morning?
yo, that's great for you. The last 20 years.
Drink up, Monster Boy.
Hey, the last 20 years, and you need to listen to this, Bailey.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
you.
The
yeah.
last 20 years, just look at the numbers for cancer, for heart disease, for diabetes, for autism, you name it. In the last 20 years, not in the whole world, just in this country, those numbers have gone through the roof. There is one thing that has changed: the food. Genetically modified food. People can say, oh, this is good for you or that's good for you. Let's just look at the numbers. And when I have people like, I'm in Park City with Slam Dance. Like, this is the first time. Slam Dance is a huge film festival that is one of the most highly rated. We got in that back in January. We didn't win the Slam Dance Film Festival, Resurrection Jake the Snake, but I think we sort of did, because we're the only film that Peter Baxter, the CEO of Slam Dance, put his name on, and Slam Dance Presents.
Wow.
That'll be playing at the Landmark, and Jake and I will be down there on the 21st and 22nd along with Razor. And it's such a, we were in Variety. The Variety wrote about our movie. It was just a bunch of guys who made a movie, but Slam Dance got behind it, and all of a sudden it got a lot more ears on it, So after at Slam Dance, a guy walks up to me. I swear to God, true story. And he goes, DDP, he goes, I just got to tell you, I love that movie, man, but I love DDP Yoga, man. It's changed my life. Now, this guy's about 6'1", 330, 340.
Well, he's fat.
Well,
Come on.
He said,
Sorry.
He said,
He's obese.
Sorry, it's better word.
hey, don't make me slap you in the head there, Steve. All right, so I said, he said, I lost 190 pounds in 8 months.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at him and I'm thinking, I'm waiting for one of those guys to walk up to me and say they did and they didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't ever let that go by. And I said, really? And I said, is there any chance you join Team DDP Yoga? It's one of my online support groups to help everybody, He goes, yes, I did. I said, please tell me you took those 6 pictures, because now I'm believing him. He goes, I didn't just take the pictures, I took the videos, because I couldn't get anybody to take the pictures of me.
Oh,
This guy is this guy right now, and his name just happens to be Jarrett, but this is like the good Jarrett. Okay, this is the wholesome Jarrett.
Is this guy on the front of your performance center?
No, he isn't.
No, he's not.
But he will be at some point.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's lost 280 pounds in 13 months. Now,
crazy.
Southside,
That's
you
a-
understand.
that's a body.
I know Bailey knows
Two
this.
bodies.
Hey, I never developed this program for weight loss. I developed to heal my body. To heal my body that was broken down so bad, they said I'd never wrestle again. And in less than, I'm the guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. Kind of funny that.
Because it's kind of girly, but
well,
you've made it cool.
Not my yet. I did make it cool.
You made
You better
it cool.
call it DDP Yoga. 'cause
Yeah.
if
Oh,
you
I'm
don't,
sorry.
he'll give you a
It's
diamond credit.
DDP Yoga.
Hold on, hold on. We'll push
the
News
diamond
Deuce
cutter
back.
anyway.
We'll push News Deuce back to the last segment. So Emily can either stay on hold or you can call us back. Because I don't want to get rid of Dallas. I got a question. I want to talk. I want to ask
Yeah,
a
stick around
wrestling.
for more.
Oh, Emily Holt.
I got Stevie. Stevie Richards going to us.
I was going to ask you about that too, Stevie. Who's the chick in the middle here?
Oh, Christina, she's awesome. She's one of our top. And she's on the front of the building.
Well,
She's
no
on the front of the
damn
building.
wonder. Look at her.
Well, so she had amazing transformation.
Oh, she didn't look like this before.
No,
She was
like that.
fat?
She was thick.
That's nice.
I'm just doing it to you.
Even Stevie though. Stevie's never looked that good.
Stevie is shredded. And Stevie at 41 is unstoppable now. He's still out hitting independent wrestling shows. He just worked with ROH not too long ago. Now he's going to work a program with Jay Lethal, I heard.
Yeah, I mean he's never been that ripped. I mean his days, when I'd watch him on TV.
He's an animal. He really is.
Right.
And a great DDP Yoga instructor.
So we'll push News Deuce back to the last segment of the program here this morning. So we'll get you your freebies there. Hang on, more with DDP here. It's Rock 100.5.
Back to the Rock 100.5 morning show on Atlanta's Classic Rock. Rock 100.5.
Get back to talking with DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. We'll do News Deuce next segment. Push that back a little bit. What is your name, please?
My name's Steve.
Steve, where are you calling from, my friend?
Ackworth, Georgia.
There you go. Hey, congratulations. You heard that little cue thing go off, correct? That's why you're calling us, yes?
I did. That was, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well done. You're an intelligent listener.
So here's the deal. For those not in the know, we started a couple things today. One in particular, we have our 5K fall promo going. 5K, it's not a race, it's money. $5,000. Thanks to Ted Jenkin and Auction Financial. They went shopping and spent $5,000 freaking dollars worth of man stuff to put in your man cave. And when you get qualified, like you did, Steve, on Friday, one lucky person will play a game called Steal or No Steal. It's like one of those Chinese Christmas exchange deals. We got all kinds of good stuff. There was a question on Twitter asking if chicks can play because it's man stuff. Of course you can, because you chicks have man caves, right? So of course anybody can play. Thank you, Steve. Hang on.
That was a great tie. I mean, I'm actually speechless.
You can put a lot in it, too.
Put a lot in your man cave.
Wow.
Brandy has a whole town.
Oh, yeah, I keep a lot there.
It's very cavernous.
DDP, I'd like for you and I to stay above this conversation.
I'm not even going near there.
As a man that's about to get married or some...
No, he's married. Congratulations.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I got married in Mexico.
Married in Mexico.
The hot redhead I saw you with at the Rolling Stones?
Yes.
It's Auburn.
Brenda K. Now she's BKP. Brenda K. Page.
Oh, sexy.
You know what? You want to know something? And my ex-wife,
Yeah.
we're still friends, Kimberly. Brenda and I went to her wedding, and then they came to our wedding.
That's good stuff.
Really? No, that's how it should be, dude. That's how it
Did
should
she marry?
It's kind of weird, though.
Nah, well, it's weird for the rest of the world that don't get it because it's.
I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
I get my ex. I was very supportive of her and her new husband. So life's too short.
It is. You know, why do you want to carry that? You know, I don't understand. Some people make you carry the angst, but really, indirectly, nobody makes you carry anything. You get to decide how it's going to be.
Nobody wins.
Yeah.
If you carry that anger, nobody
Yeah.
wins.
It takes a lot to hate, a lot of energy to hate. But I will say that I wonder about wrestlers, and this is just me. But when I see you guys and you got ex-wives coming and stuff, you guys are used to tag teaming too much.
Don't go there right now.
And the whole handoff and like
Did you
close?
that's why I don't trust. That's why I don't trust wrestlers.
Did your ex, because she was in the business?
Yeah.
Did
Yep.
she marry another wrestler?
No, not at all.
Out of the business?
Yeah, completely. A good guy. I actually really like him. Like I said, they both came. I went to their wedding. They came.
Yeah.
Here, wrestling question for you.
Sure.
I mean, we're talking a lot about DDP Yoga, of course, and Jake's movie and whatnot, but just recently there's been a couple situations in professional wrestling with the WWE in particular, like Dean Ambrose, where fans have jumped in. Okay, and that's scary because the day and age that we live in, I mean, you know, it's very similar to NASCAR as you're that close to the fan experience. The rule of thumb, from what I understand, because I've seen Nash take a few people out, is that if you get into your house, you guys can protect yourself at all costs. Did that ever happen to you?
You know, it never happened to me.
Because you came through the fans of the ring.
I came through the crowd, and that was over a time when they loved me, not when they hated me.
You wouldn't do it when they're disliking you. You just think it's too much of a risk.
Well, Roddy Piper, God bless him. You know, he's was one of my really good buddies.
So sorry, man.
Left too early. As a matter of fact, the Resurrection Jake the Snake at the end is dedicated to Roddy Piper and Dusty Rhodes. But Roddy was stabbed 3 times going through the crowd in the old days. So what they're doing today, I guess the new guys didn't get the memo, though. It's sports entertainment. It's some people get a little too out of control, but I think people are crazy to begin with right now.
Well, I've told Nash this before. It was Panama City. The NWO was hot.
Right.
Him and Hall, because Scott was there.
Right.
Okay. And X-Pac, they were on stage for this MTV thing. It was Aerosmith was playing the next night. They were doing some MTV game, and some dude in the front kept throwing M&Ms. Ask Scott all about this. Kept throwing like M&Ms.
Not a good idea.
And they said, they stopped. It was was live to tape, and they stopped and said, "Hey, look, dude, you need to stop." And he wouldn't stop. So they grabbed his sunglasses. I think X-Pac grabbed his sunglasses. Sean Waltman grabs his sunglasses and breaks them. Kids start throwing more stuff. They chase him through the crowd, okay? Now, I didn't know Nash at the time, didn't know Hall, just a regular college dude. And the guy runs right past me. I thought it was make-believe. Because sports entertainment, the term didn't exist then. This was, in the 90s. The guy's running past me. I was like, oh, that would be funny to stop him and see what they did to him. I'm the guy that stopped the dude that they were chasing.
Would you trip him or something?
I got in his way and kind of gave him a little, little shoulder
check.
Little check. I mean, it wasn't wasn't like anything like, I didn't take him out of that. I was like, oh, I was a lot bigger than too. I was like, oh, this would be funny. I want to see what they do to him. They were serious. Nash picks this guy up. And his finishing move in wrestling world was the power bomb. This was real life.
Oh, no.
He picked this kid up and power bombed him on the beach right in front of me, and it was awesome.
He was lucky on that, but I'll tell you, I've seen people step into the ring and they're like, why are you going to pick the 6'11" guy to go on that side? You know, you step in and he went like right back out.
It's the same as any sport. You know, I've got friends that have run on the field, Braves and football, and the guy in the football, he got leveled by an NFL player. They just knocked his ass down.
Right.
And did the same thing in wrestling. You come in that ring, you're going to get leveled.
But everybody's afraid of the Monica Seles situation.
Yeah, you don't want to get stabbed.
You don't want to get stabbed. Take a quick phone call here real quick. Bobby in Snellville, question for Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, Jason. Diamond Dallas Page, you are one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Thank you, bro.
And the Diamond Cutter is the best by far.
Oh, thank you, man.
What's your question?
Other quick question. Will yoga actually help with quitting smoking?
DDP Yoga, that is.
You know, I don't know if that really helps with that. I know if you get focused on something else, you know, sometimes it's always like, what's your addiction? And, you know, cigarettes are a pretty big addiction, but I know 20 people minimum. And once they get involved, it's more of a lifestyle, and then you want to get away from it. Anything will help you.
What about arthritis?
Well, you know, you asked me.
Because, I mean, have you ever had arthritis?
Hold on, Bobby, because I want to finish that up. But go ahead with the arthritis thing. Yeah.
Well, the arthritis thing is like one of the things is breaking up scar tissue. And my fingers at the end of my wrestling career, which is 13 years ago.
They don't bend?
No, I couldn't snap my fingers. I can now.
Yeah. Well, you can also put your foot over your head, too.
That's true, too. You know, but it's about breaking up scar tissue. My knees are completely arthritic. I hit by a car when I was 12. On my right knee, I bounced off the hood and flew 42 feet from the point of impact.
Damn.
No one was ever hit that hard in any football field, ever.
Yeah.
But my knees are bone on bone because of DDP Yoga and how I strengthen and build all those little muscles around it. My knees don't hurt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bobby, let me say this before I let you go. We got to let Dallas go, too. But here's the deal. Watch the movie, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. Jake still smokes. Okay.
Yeah, but he's down. He's got that little gimmick, that vape thing, and he's down to 4 cigarettes or 6 cigarettes a day.
But
that's actually what I'm doing now, too. I'm vaping with no nicotine in it.
But Bobby, my point is that Jake no longer smokes crack. Right. Jake no longer drinks alcohol. So your vices, like those, it's a mind over matter. What Dallas has done with Jake and thousands of other people, and Scott, is that there are other more positive vices that you grab a hold of and become addicted to, like eating right, getting your body into shape, being able to walk, being able to touch your toes, being able to see muscle tone.
Have better sex.
That's true.
Thank you.
I'll definitely be going up to Smyrna for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
For the better sex part.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so I'm just saying that if you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. So if that's your only vice, find another vice, a more positive vice, a healthy vice, and that might help you out, all right?
Well, I appreciate it, and Paige, I hope you do great in life and great in your business.
Thank you, brother. Have an awesome day.
You too.
All right, we'll see you. DDPYogaPC.com for the Performance Center. Got to let you go.
Right. Hey, listen, but I also want to say you're in Smyrna. The Baconator. Vote Max Bacon. He's my boy. And a guy you got to love. Hey, guys, it's been your pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Damn right.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much,
DDP Yoga.
Guys. Bang!
Stop by. Go see him. Let's